So today we're going to talk about something that was highly requested, and that is funding companies. There are companies out there that will fund traders like you and I who have a profitable strategy. If you're consistent, they'll fund you up to $50,000, $100,000, $500,000, even up to $1 million so you can trade their money. The great thing about this is that you do not need any kind of special licensing. The company takes care of all that, and all you are doing is trading their money for them, and you get to keep a percentage of all of your profits. So let's say, for example, you get funded up to $1 million and the company says, great, you can keep up to 70% of any profit you generate and you can withdraw that profit at any time. So let's say, for example, you get funded by $100,000 from the company. And let's say the profit structure is you keep 70% of all of your profits and the company keeps 30%. Let's say the very first day you gain 10%. So you make a $10,000 profit. Great. You get to keep $7,000 while the company keeps $3,000. That is how these funding companies work in a nutshell. Now, before we continue, I need to tell you the downsides about working with a funding company. Number one, the downside obviously is it's not your money to begin with. Therefore, you are not in control of your trading business. Yes, I said business. What does every business on this planet have in common? Profit and loss. Great. So now that we established that every company on the planet has profit and loss, that is what trading is. In trading, you have profits and losses. That is the business. So you just got to have more profits than losses. And that's how you succeed at the world of business in trading. Now that I gave you that definition right there, let's take a look at funding companies. When a company gives you, let's say $100,000, $500,000 or $1 million, the downside about this is that it's not your money. It's the company's money. And that's actually a good thing. It's good and bad. Let's talk about the good thing. The good thing about it is that it's not your money. So if you lose it, you're not at risk. The company already has everything squared away. So even if you lose money, it's not going to affect them. The downside is that it's not your money. I'm a control freak. I like to stay in control of things that I can stay in control of. I'm fully aware that as a business owner, you have to sometimes outsource. You have to let employees take care of certain things. I have no problem doing that. But when it comes to money, you need to be in control of your money, because what happens if you're not in control? The company can shut you off at any moment. So I like to joke around on my Instagram, and I always like to, because I already answered this. So if you're watching this and you already heard my belief on funding companies, then you can pretty much stop watching the video because you already know my stance on it. I think it's great for people who want to make money. And then eventually, once you've made, let's say $100,000 or more, you can stop using the funding company and then trade on your own with your own money. Because if you're trading other people's money, you are their bitch. I always say that you are their bitch, because at any moment they can cut you off. You will also notice that these funding companies have very strict rules, which is actually a great thing because it helps you develop consistency, patience, and risk management, which if you've been following my channel, you hear me always say you need to have three things in trading in order to work full time as a day trader. Like, for example, myself: risk, patience, and emotional control. If you can control those three things in trading, basically trade forever. I mean, if you can control those things, and you have a great strategy, but control your risk, patience, your emotions, and you're good to go. So that's actually something I have to hand it. I have to tip my hat off to the funding companies. They have very strict rules, but that's also the downside. What if you want to change some things up? Maybe one day you want to have a conservative approach with your risk management, and the next day you want to go aggressive. You can't really do that with these funding companies. You don't have the freedom to change up things and pretty much do what you want. You have to follow their rules. So in other words, this is just a job. Another downside about the funding companies is that at any moment, they can change their agreements and make us say, oh, you know what? Last week, our maximum drawdown was let's say 5%. We're going to change it to 3%. Imagine if they changed that maximum drawdown requirement while you were already in trades. What are they going to do? Are they going to give you a hall pass? Be like, oh, we changed it from 5% drawdown to now a maximum of 3% drawdown. Oh, you're already in trades where you have a 3.5% drawdown. Sorry, you're done. We're going to kick you out. They take all their money back. They kick you out of the program. And you're probably sitting here thinking, companies won't do that. That's a jerk move. Companies don't care about you. Think about how much money these funding companies are making. I think there was an interview out there with one of the companies. Some YouTuber did it with the CEO of one of the funding companies. He asked how many people fail the challenge. I think he said 97% or 98% fail. So imagine if you have thousands of people paying $500 to $800 just to get evaluated, and 97 to 98% of them fail. They're making millions and millions and millions of dollars. Why should they care if one or two people get funded $100,000? And they know that those people are bound to not keep it they're just going to end up losing that because maybe they break their risk management rules, something happens, they have a losing streak, and guess what? They no longer meet the requirement to stay funded and they're done. So let me give you my opinion in a nutshell, because I just kind of bounced back and forth between different topics here in this video. I'm trying to keep it structured, but let me just give you my opinion. Funding companies are great for those of you that want to put your skills to the test, and for those of you that don't have enough money to trade at a bigger scale. It's great for those of you that want to treat this like a job, where you wake up, you follow your strategy, you place your trade. You're not risking your own money, you're risking someone else's money, and it's a great way for you to save up your money. But eventually, once you have enough money to trade for yourself, let's say you have $100,000, $500,000, $1 million, I highly recommend you trade by yourself with your own money, because you want to have full control of every single thing going on. You don't want to wake up one day and realize that, oh, the company terminated you because you were 1% higher than their maximum drawdown. You want to have the freedom and flexibility to do whatever you want with your own money. So that's my opinion on the funding companies. It's great for those of you that want to make some money and save up money so you can trade on your own eventually. But if you already have enough money to trade for yourself, then I would just say don't bother. Now, the only time I would say to do this, if you're already making a living from trading and you already have your own money to trade with, it doesn't hurt to set up a trade copier from your personal trading account to the funded company account. This way, you're making double the profit. So as long as you're following good risk management, as long as you're not like stacking your trades like crazy, as long as you're following that company's rules and you're successfully making money and you're not getting banned because you're not following the risk management rules, then I would say that is a time that I would personally do it, is if I'm trading on my personal account, I just set up a copy trader to the funded account, and I would do this for every single funding company out there. So this way I have multiple sources of income coming in at the exact same time whenever I trade on my personal account. So that's a tip right there for those of you that already make a living from trading. Hook up a copy trader to all these other accounts, and you're trading on 4 or 5 accounts at the exact same time, and you're making quadruple the amount of money than you would be making on your original account. So those are my thoughts on funding companies. If you want to see me try one out, if you want to see me try to pass a challenge, let me know in the comment section down below, which company should I go for? Which company should I do the test with? I'll pay for it. I'll try it out and I'll see if I can pass the challenge. So that's it. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.